And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the Terrace Restaurant of the Intercontinental Hotel. And I tell you, we are having fun today with one Georgina Unleash, 27 years old, and for the last 18 years, she's lived a life of pure silence. She is deaf, but she has not let that disability be an inability. In fact, she is simply just fun. Her Twitter handle is @Georgina Unleash. Flora Lucy Atieno is also on Twitter at Buzz. At
Bisonzell.
At Bisonzell, if you can spell it. At Koinange Jeff. Hashtag JKL. And I love your tweets, they're great. Someone called Inspire the World says, Georgine is an awesome, very beautiful lady. I like her charisma. Ahmed Kadar says, talking to my nephew. Deaf people are brilliant because his nephew is deaf. They need to be given a chance. Some parents hide their deaf kids. Right? And then someone else, I think I lost the handle there, but they were saying, what is Cabinet Secretary Joseph Olelenku's sign?
We've not given him a sign name, but very soon he'll get a sign name.
He hasn't gotten to the signing stage yet.
Not yet.
You know? Maybe, you know, box, you know, like no, sorry.
Not yet. We need to learn more of his character, then we'll give him a sign.
You want to learn more of his, okay. All right. Embu Governor, Martin Wambora.
He still doesn't have a sign name.
No?
Not yet.
Impeach, you know, impeach something.
No, he was impeached from the office, but we only say that the governor who was impeached from the office, or Embu governor.
Okay. Nairobi Senator Mike Sonko.
He has a lot of bling.
Lots of bling. Yeah. That's Mike Sonko. All right. First Lady, Margaret Kenyatta.
Not yet. Not yet.
The President. Yeah. During the debates, I remember, yeah? Yeah. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. I know the one.
He had a goatee.
He had a goatee. That's right.
That's
I know the one I remember from the debates. who is that?
That's Muita.
You are so much fun, you know. Georgie, one more. Director wants to know. Al-Shabaab.
Al-Shabaab.
Terrorists.
Yeah, because they cover themselves.
They cover themselves.
Yeah, they hide their faces.
Great. Martin Abuao says sign language should be introduced in all schools, just like other languages. Do you agree, Martin? Georgine, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Georgine.
I agree with that.
You agree? Franklin Kyoko says Georgina Unleash is an inspiration to many, defying disability.
Yes. I hope I'm doing that.
And that's the next question, Georgine. A lot of people must be asking, and I asked you earlier, right? I mean, the inspiration, the strength, not just the strength of a woman, but the strength to overcome this disability. Where does it come from? Because there's people watching you out there right now. People who can't sign would love to sign. People who have lost hope. What do you tell them?
My inspiration came from my disability. I was lonely when I went back to school. Then I tried to accommodate myself. After I finished my high school, I said no. I cannot continue in the silent world. I have to come up and speak and say what I want. I'll demand for it. With support from my family, I went far. My family is my foundation.
Was there a point, Georgine, where you wanted to give up?
Yeah, many times. I had that feeling. But you have to push on for the sake of others who are going through the same situation.
And there are many out there, Georgie, going through that same situation. What do you tell them today? How do you reach out to them?
I want to tell them, use the fighting spirit you have. Don't allow the society to dictate on you. Which word I use? Don't let the society dictate what you want to become. Fight and have your dreams realized. You have to come out clearly. Pull all the resources you can and make sure you achieve what you want. Don't be afraid to ask for any support.
Absolutely. What's the most difficult thing for you, Georgine? Is it crossing the street where you can't hear cars? Is it, what is it?
My only challenge is accessibility, the barriers. For example, I go to a nice hotel, I want to order for food. I try to communicate with the waiter, he doesn't understand me. There's no paper to write on. So accessibility, I would say, is the main challenge. We're just like any other person. So that comes back to the communication issue. If the Constitution has entrenched sign language, so why can't people learn sign language so that we can have easy communication?
Has anyone, when you were you have a boyfriend now, don't you? You have a boyfriend.
Oh yes, I have a boyfriend.
Is he watching you now?
Oh yeah, I hope so.
What's his name?
He's Alan.
You have to spell his whole name out. Is that what you did? You just spelled his whole name.
He's Alan.
Nice. Okay.
Alan Mays.
Alan Mays.
Yes.
That's his. Okay. So before you met Alan, were you ever in a situation where some guy comes up to you and is chatting with you and keeps chatting to you, but you can't chat back, and he's wondering, why is this woman so silent?
It has happened so many times to date. Many men give up very fast when they see it's very difficult to communicate, they withdraw. But the few who have tried to learn a little sign language, maybe the sign language disappears, because I know sometimes my boyfriend cannot turn back.
Is he deaf?
Yes, he's deaf.
How long have you been dating him?
It's 3 years now.
Oh, you're gonna marry this man? You're gonna marry Alan?
Maybe.
You're blushing, you know that.
No. Yeah. Women are always
you
shy.
You have such a strong spirit. You know that? You're such a warm spirit. It warms my heart to know that there are people like you out there.
Thank you. I'm happy to know that.
What would you like to... I always ask people this, especially people your age, Georgine. What do you want to be when you grow up? How far do you want to take this? Do you want to keep teaching these secondary school kids to be the next leaders? What's on your wish list of what you'd want to be?
When I grow up, I want to take over the Ministry of Education. I want them to understand they are giving the deaf people the wrong perspective. I want them to change. I want them to change the deaf education to the best. So this is what I'll do.
You ready to do that, Georgine?
Oh yes. I'm laying my foundation now.
Do you feel that you folks have been one of the most forgotten, one of the most disenfranchised in this country?
Oh yes. If you look at people with visual impairment, the physically disabled, compare with the deaf are still behind. That's because of the opportunities that they miss because of communication barrier. For the visual impaired, they can't see. For the physically disabled, they only need the arms. But for the deaf, we need a total overhaul of the language. So this is the biggest challenge we have.
Do you miss this thing called a radio?
Sorry?
A radio. You can't hear what's on the radio.
Oh yeah, sometimes I miss. Because on the television, right now, KTN, we have a sign language interpreter.
Yes, we do.
But you want to watch a movie, you can't enjoy. So what is the use of buying a television if you can't enjoy it? So if all the programs have had the captions or a sign language interpreter, then our life would be smooth.
And that, again, that's another form of discrimination, isn't it?
Oh yes.
If you joined that Ministry of Education, would you change all that?
I'm sure I have the capability. I'll do that.
Are there other people out there who are like you, Georgina, who are as inspired as you are?
Yes, I think so. But I've met a few deaf persons, deaf individuals who have gone far, who are much far than me, and actually they're making the way. So that's why I'm here today.
When you talk to people, and I'm sure you inspire these young kids who you're teaching, what's the one most important thing you teach them?
I teach them life, how they can make good out of it. Life is what you make of it. If you want a good life, you must work hard. You must work hard to achieve whatever you want. As I said, you can use the spirit you have to fight your dreams. Nobody will fight for you. Nobody will win your battle for you. You have to do it yourself. You have the capability to do that.
And if you had one wish, Georgine, would you ask God to give you back your hearing that you lost 18 years ago?
No. I'm happy the way I am. No, no, no.
You know, that was such a loud no. I heard it myself. I actually heard it.
Yeah, if I become hearing, it will give me more problems. Let me go with that, what I am now. Maybe that's why I was
What
deaf.
problems are you going to get if you got your hearing back? Give me one.
I will continue with my passion. I'll continue with my work. Maybe God had a reason why I became deaf.
Do you believe that? You actually believe that?
Oh yes. With my whole heart.
But in the beginning, obviously, just like any challenge, it was really tough. Did you almost want to give up?
Oh yes. Especially when I was at the university, we had cuts. Your friends were far. You've missed 5 already. You have to repeat. You know, when I was thinking of 1 more year, what do? That time I almost gave up. I almost gave up.
But you
when
didn't.
I was second year.
Yeah.
But my professor was a very understanding man. He helped me a lot. He could talk with a different lecturer to understand me and give me the exams again.
Georgina, I want to talk more about that after the break, and also moving forward. Let's continue inspiring this next generation, you know, because we have no choice. I mean, there's a million of you all out there And I'm sure there's probably more, but nobody's bothered to get the statistics. What more can we do to highlight issues of the hearing impaired and the deaf? Yeah? Let's do that. At Georgina Auma, at Koinange. Am I blocking your way? I'm sorry. I'm blocking. My bad. At Georgina Auma, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is JKL. We are talking to an amazing young 27-year-old lady who has just overcome insurmountable odds, defied the disability of hearing. And I tell you, what she says speaks volumes. How about that? Jeff Koinange live from the terrace of the Intercontinental Hotel returns in a moment.